Hey guys, happy Tuesday, I believe. I made a video about the 9 or 10 red flags in men, and it was so popular that I thought I would make another one. Because ultimately, I am trying to help men. I am an ally of men, I always have been. So while this and that previous video may have come off harsh to some guys, ultimately, it definitely wasn't. Because if somebody cares enough to try and give you advice, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot more than if they had totally ignored you and your plight in life. And, just in general, for guys, like, I really feel like you guys have no one to blame but yourselves. Because, I don't know, I was falling asleep last night, and the scene in Jurassic Park, the original, of course, none of the sequels fucking matter. But remember that scene? I think it's like when the three main characters are like seeing the dinosaurs in real life or something. I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I got to get the VHS. But one of the characters says, and this, I don't know, this is not verbatim, but one of the characters says something to the effect of like, man created dinosaur, and then I don't know if he says it or somebody else says it, but I think it was the same character. Then they go, dinosaur destroys man. And then the woman pops into the frame and she says, woman inherits the earth. Something to that effect. And I feel like that's ultimately what's happening, except it's man created war, war destroyed man, women now runs free. Because that is ultimately what happened. Like, you guys, men have not tempered themselves as a whole and as individuals. All right, because as above, so below, kind of thing. So because we have had endless wars, like here in America anyway, I know that the rest of the world also, but like I'm just a small-brained American, so, but here in America, right, we had the Civil War, which was absolutely fucking terrible. And then we had World War One, and then we had World War Two, and then we had Vietnam, and then we had the Korea War, and then we had Iraq and Afghanistan, and blah blah blah. Yeah, it's just been endless wars. So guys have been emotionally shut down, if not, from like actual shell shock to just like, PTSD, because you guys keep letting sick men put you out there on the front lines, and you guys keep saying, yes, I will go, I will go, I will go. You fucking retards. You fucking retards. You guys are over and over fighting bankers' wars. Sending your sons, sending your husbands. It's retarded. You guys are fucking retarded, and you guys have nobody to blame but other men, but yourselves. So until you get your shit together, women are just going to run free. We're going to do whatever the fuck we want, because there are no men, there are not enough like emotionally responsible, mature men out there for us to compete with. Okay, that's why so many guys, like, if they have any semblance of good looks and like a lick of personality, right, they can, it's basically like shooting fish in a barrel for them, shooting puss in a barrel. So anyway, without further ado, I will muse probably at the end, but I can't make this a long video because I have a lot to do. I have a lot to do. Oh my God, our baby goat was born. She was actually born like 20 minutes after my last video. So that was cool, and that was why I was going so fast, because I knew that she was gonna like kid at any time. But I pressed stop recording, ran outside, and then like 5 minutes later I saw her little, like, the bubble thing that they're in, I don't know, start pop. It was so crazy, and I was all by myself, and it was so amazing. And it's a little girl, and her name is Hollybrook. I love her. I love her so much. She's the cutest fucking goat. Like, I know I'm being biased, but I know I am being biased, but like, or I have the propensity to be biased, but like, no, I'm actually not. I'm actually not. Like, I wish I could show you guys this goat. She is she looks human. She looks human. She has a perfectly round little head. She has a white, she's brown, but she has a white, literal white halo around her head. She is literally perfection. Anyway, so number one red flag. Oh my God. Hold on. I need this. I need this. So I did not buy these. I did not buy this. I used to work somewhere. Ow. Jesus Christ. Damn it. Let me just get a different one. I used to work somewhere where people would, like, donate stuff. It wasn't a thrift store. And I'm being very loose with, ow. Oh my God, these things are so stupid. No, I don't like that one. Ouch. I just want a simple one. Hold on. Anyway, long story short, I didn't buy this. I didn't buy this. So don't think like that I bought this. But I want to do this because it's going to help me make my first point. And definitely make anybody who comments on it, like, especially angrily, like, or if they just do the septum theory wins again or whatever, like, you guys are fucking retarded. That's so dumb. Why would anybody buy this? So number one red flag in a man is a man who, like, cares, judges, and reacts. Basically, they are a time waster. Okay, like a real guy doesn't give a shit what women look like he, or a woman looks like in general, like on the minor and the micro scale, like they don't care. A real man, like if he sees somebody that's gross, he doesn't fucking care, okay? And he's definitely not gonna make a comment on somebody's video, and he's really definitely not gonna make a video about it, about how women are looking. Like the other day, my boyfriend, who is the ultimate man, okay, who is the best man, literally, okay, lesbians want this man. There are a handful of lesbians who want this man, and they have said, because you're not like the other ones, okay? He is, and he's very strong. He builds things, like he's a mason. He can fix just about anything. He really is like the ultimate man. So yeah, I ran these by him and he was like, yeah, that's true. So like he just, so the other day we were, we went to the store. We had to pick up some beverages to go to a party for one of his friends' mother. And so I was in the car just sitting there because I was like, wearing kind of a hoochie dress that he wanted me to wear. Okay, I didn't really want to wear it, but it was fine. It actually looked really nice on me, but it was like, it was kind of hoochie for like meeting these people for the first time. But anyway, I'm sitting there in the car, and then this car, I think it was a big Durango, pulls up. Oh God, this thing is itchy. Pulls up, parks next to our car, and out comes this giant woman, like probably 265, and she had bright slime green hair, but it was beautiful hair. It was like really thick. It was really healthy. She just had dyed it lime green, and out came her boyfriend, who looked like just a regular guy, very nice guy, and they started walking in. And they passed my boyfriend, he came right after that. And I don't know, after a while I said, did you see the girl with the green hair? And he was like, yeah. But see, he didn't say anything about it. I think she had tattoos. She probably had she had some sort of piercings. She was like a really alternative girl. But like a real man, even when faced with one of the most extreme levels of, like, you know, quintessential toxic woman appearance, he didn't say anything. He didn't bitch about her to me. He would never. He doesn't care. Of course he noticed her and he thought in his head, oh, that's unattractive. But a real man doesn't care what any woman, much less women as a whole, are doing, okay? So if you see a septum piercing, if you see, you know, brightly colored hair, and you make a comment about it, you make a video about it, that is a red flag, okay? Real men do not care about what a woman fucking looks like under any circumstances, whether she's super hot or like super apparently going through stuff. Number 2, big ego. That is such a red flag. Like, real men, good men, don't have a big ego on them, okay? They're not, men are very, like, the more masculine you get, the more actually kind of feminine you get, and that you become such a graceful human being. You are such a, like, a pillar of quiet power. So a guy with a big ego is such a fucking red flag. Like, don't boast about how much you make, who you know, what you do. Nobody really cares. And ultimately, a good woman is gonna look at you and be like, okay, that's unattractive, you know? Number 3, red flag in a man is big ego jobs. So like police, firefighter, prison guard, anywhere where they are in a place of authority. Fuck you. Fuck you. Even the firefighters, okay? Those fucking guys, dogs, fucking dogs. And 2, grossly overpaid. Grossly overpaid, okay? They don't do fucking jack shit 90% of the time. They're playing grab ass in the station. They're not fucking doing anything. They're too well compensated for doing nothing. Number 4 is the ass kisser. That is a red flag in men. If he does whatever his boss, whatever the government, even whatever his girlfriend says for him to do, right? The quintessential yes man, fuck that guy. That guy is a red flag, okay? That guy will lead you down a wrong path, because ultimately he's just a fish going with the school, with the waves of the whatever the river he's in. He's lacking a brain, okay? He's lacking a fucking brain and a conscience. Number 5, if he has a political hard-on for any party, short of anarchist, and even then, right? And even then, less so, I would say, than like somebody who goes like, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. Like, no, that right there is a fucking grade A faggot. If he is just so politically aligned with one side, and like anything the other side is garbage. Like, it goes back to the previous guy who has no fucking brain, no fucking discernment, okay? All sides, whether they're on the spectrum or they're like an anarchist, they all have very fucking good points. Number 6, if he's depressed, okay? That, again, I should take this kind of midpoint to say, like, you can turn these around. If you're a guy and you've heard any of these red flags, or, you know, in my previous video, they are all turnaroundable, okay? You can turn those red flags into green flags. So, and I understand that depression is usually a temporary thing, but it does last for years sometimes if a guy just doesn't fucking, I don't know, do something about it. So that leads me to number 7. If a guy is totally lost in life, if he just doesn't know what the fuck he wants to do, like he has no like incentive to, you know, like just a guy that's totally lost in life, give him time, okay? It's not the reddest of flags, but it's still a red flag. Give him time to figure it out, okay? We don't, ladies, this is something that the internet has taught ladies. You do not date potential. Do not date potential. Too many fucking women have wasted years, if not decades of their life by dating the potential in a man that never actually comes to fruition a lot of the fucking times. Next is road rage. Road rage. Road rage is its own fucking thing. It's definitely in the umbrella of like emotional irregulation, or just the inability to regulate your emotions. But road rage is definitely something that like my previous boyfriend, he was like perfect in so many ways, but that, like, right off the bat, it was like, like he was an ISTJ. They are super composed, buttoned up individuals. Um, and so, but yeah, like when he got into a car behind the wheel, he just turned into the most like ghetto, aggressive, chain smoking individual. Like I should have immediately, as soon as I saw it, I should have been like, okay, I'm out. Cause like we didn't even live somewhere where like driving was a, you know, really hard thing. It was, we lived in the, basically the boonies of Washington. So yeah, no, if you see road rage in a guy and he's otherwise perfect, it doesn't matter. That is still a bright red flag, bright red flag. And you need to fucking like really, I don't know, talk to him about, I don't know. I don't even know what to do in that situation, quite honestly, but it is a red flag. Um, Number 9, violent. Okay, if he's violent, okay, if he ever like hits anywhere near you, even if he doesn't hit you, if he punches the wall near you, get out of there. Get out of there, lady. Number 10 is if he is jobless or homeless. Red flags, do not touch him. He's done. Number 11 is anime. Anime is, I understand that like 8 out of 10 animes actually have a really good, incredible storyline behind them, and they are you know, they're not like Hollywood movies where it's like you walk, like literally most Hollywood movies of like the last 40 years, you watch them and you're like, that was shit, that was kind of shit. Like sure, it might have been beautifully filmed, and the actors were top tier, whatever, but like the storyline was ass. I understand that with anime, a lot of the time that the storyline is very good, but ultimately still, it's a cartoon. It's a fucking cartoon, and there's just levels to it. Okay, if you're with a guy and he likes like one anime and he's like, yeah, this is kind of like my comfort show, I like to watch it. Okay, but like if this guy is going from anime to anime to anime, has figurines, you know, wears shirts with anime characters on it, like no, there's something wrong with him. Okay, like real men, good healthy men, like their love for anime is something that they're going to keep somewhat private in the healthiest scenario. And number 12, this one my boyfriend was brought it up, and I will agree. It's definitely through the eyes of a man, although I see this too, I guess. But like the customizer, if he's a guy who spends boatloads of his money and or the family's money on customizing his truck, his motorcycle, his ATV, right? His fishing boat, like he's just pissing money into making, souping up things he owns. Like that is a red flag. That is, he really does not like that. Obviously, you know, you can take a little bit of customization, you know, especially like if you own a car, like go ahead and, you know, fuck with the interior. I definitely have, a little bit, but it's usually to like fix something. But like, yeah, no, like a wise man is not pissing away thousands of dollars on like aftermarket exhausts and shocks because they look cool, beefy tire. Like no, like dude, like you there are so many other things that you should be spending your money on. And with that, like I'm just gonna end with like what I was saying in the start of this video. Like men, you guys need to get your shit together, okay? Do not come at me calling me ugly, old, you know, septum ring, whatever. I don't like this. Like it like itches my nose. Um, Do not come for any woman on the internet. Like, one, like, you fucking wish, you fucking faggot. You would never say that to a woman, any woman in real life. You fucking coward piece of shit. But it's because of men like you and even other ones who have let this country, this amazing country, get to where it's at. And look at poor fucking Europe, okay? That's where we're gonna be if guys don't get out of their fucking basement, if they don't get off the fucking internet, if they don't get off the fucking video games, if they don't get off the fucking, like, fast food bullshit, if they don't get off the anime, like, you fucking faggots. This is all your fault, okay? Man created war, war destroyed man, woman runs free. That is the series of events that has happened, okay? Men rule society, like, in terms of, like, the structure of it. Women rule society by, like, the you know, the emotional aspect to it. And ultimately, like, they are the ones that live longer because they are the ones that have, women have evolved menopause so that they can live a life that is, you know, post-sexual reproduction, okay? It's the postmenopausal women and their wisdom is ultimately why humanity got to where it's at. But men are the ones that are, like, as they always are saying, we're the ones that put the telephones up, the telephone poles up. We're the ones that clean the sewers and blah, 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 blah. Well, because you guys fucking haven't, now the robots are coming. Now the immigrants are coming. And now, right, we're not evolving at this point. Like, the only thing that is evolving is technology. But as humans, like, ultimately, we're kind of at where, like, we're way behind where we should be at. Like, it's so funny, like, in Asia, right, like in Japan and stuff like that, people are always like, technologically speaking, not the people there are way backwards, but, like, technologically, everybody's like, oh my god, Japan, they're living in the future. No, they're not. We're just living in the past. They're in the fucking present. That we should have, you know, super fast trains going everywhere. People should be able to get on a train and go anywhere in their country and get there within 3 hours. That is totally a possibility. So yeah, you guys have no one to blame but yourself. But, you know, if you're gonna be a fucking faggot and come after me, like, you're only making my point, bud. And I'm not gonna delete comments that are mean to me, because it's gonna make my point. And that's it. That's all I have. I have a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much. Bye.